Everything happens for a reason, whether it is to teach you a lesson or help you find what you really like and who you want to become. Things happen to us and also all around us. Depending on the point of view that you decide to take on at a given moment, you might think that there is no reason for it. It happened because it just did. But that is an empty belief that nothing has any meaning really, and it won't have any meaning unless you decide to see the meaning. Everything that happens doesn't just have one meaning in itself, of course. It has many and a different one for everyone. You can choose not to see any meaning, of course. But in the result, you won't learn anything from the moment itself. Let's approach it from another perspective. So, let me ask you a question. How did you come to being the person that you are now? Well, is it not because of everything that has happened to you in the past? No? Of course you can argue that not everything that happened made you the way you are, but if just one thing from your past would change, one small thing, you couldn't for sure say that it wouldn't matter, because you just don't know. You just don't know if one tiny little thing wouldn't escalate to another bigger thing. Everything that happens here as a start, in the way that every action will give a reaction. Things usually go unnoticed until they escalate to something bigger. That's why one might think that not everything has a meaning to it. Every action leads to another action, and therefore every action is a reaction. Open your eyes and look for the meaning in life. Because everything that happens for a reason and not just by a chance. Whenever you are facing a difficult situation, it is there to show you something, to teach you. It could happen to be anything. A thing that has happened in the past, something reoccurring, coming back to you in the same kind of situations. In order for you to finally understand what it is you need to understand. And those kind of situations you can always label them as bad luck and be the victim, of course. Or else you can try to see what the life is trying to show you at the given moment. The knowledge that you need to gain from this particular experience in order to grow. Everything that happens is there for you to realize your true potential. The power within, it is in all of us. The harder the lesson, the greater the wisdom it contains. It makes sense, doesn't it? It is the same regarding the relationships. We have ones that we label as good and bad ones are there for us to understand both what do we want and what do we not want in our lives and in our perfect relationship, let's say. It happens for us to discover ourselves and our preferences. Some lessons that the life brings might not make sense for a long time. It could be even years until you find the meaning, and on the contrary, some other times they make sense the minute something happens. The minute it happens, it makes sense to you. It just really depends on the situation and on how open-minded you are, Every moment, every decision and every action matters. Our lives are a sum total of the choices we made Wayne Dyer. A particular moment might in fact not have a great meaning to you, or you might not see it at first, but it might mean a lot to someone else. The light you create will eventually get to someone else's heart, and by light I mean the goodness. We need to be good to others, no matter if they are good to us too, you know? Kindness doesn't cost anything. Why would you hate? Have the courage to forgive.